Final hour of the trading day. Let's get into the close. Welcome back. Here we go. Look at how things stand. About 0.25% to the upside for the S&P 500 at this point. The Dow is red, but only just. The NASDAQ trying to bounce back. If you remember, it was the NASDAQ that was lagging yesterday at this time. But back in positive territory. Here in Toronto, we are red. Crypto's a little bit red at the bottom there as well. You can see 4 and 5%. To the downside, some afternoon strength, guys, coming through in some earnings names from this morning. Let's get into the final hour.
Absolutely. And of course, like, I got 2 shorts on. Oh, my mic's not even on. And of course, I got 2 shorts on and Sean's got a couple longs. And I'm forgetting to put my microphone on because I just added to one of them, and that is INO. But as I slip my mic on, Sean will take over.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Let Neil put the mic on, Hal, and I'll go for this. So we were just talking about Micron earlier. If you're joining us for the first time today, welcome. We crushed this Micron trade, and it was one of those, we just did a video on breakouts, and I just think that this one made so much sense here, this 72 short, 72.50 short right there. So we took that early, man, cashed it out for 50 cents, then cashed it out for that $1.50, and then it dripped all the way down, man, to 69 and change, and that's where we started to buy these bottom 69 and got them all out. VWAP $70 and change. That's 20, 40, 60%, 80%. Then we lose on the last 20% that once again takes out that 69. We get out and then it doesn't look at that again. So now we're back up here to 70 and change, and Micron right there. This is why. And again, we were just talking about this, and I love the way this looks. It's a 72.50 right there. Breakdown. We get that negative news from Morgan today on a downgrade. Then it comes right back down to the 69 level that I never thought we'd get to today, and that's where we went long. So a breakout on the downside there, and then a support dip buy on the bottom. I really, really love the way that that trade sort of paired itself out, and Micron, basically my #1 stock. I mean, Palantir's ripping and roaring as well, and we did a nice hold on Clover, so we could talk about all that. Not much trading for me this afternoon, but we will be back ready to rock and roll right now.
Yes, and one from this morning, now that my microphone is on, there we go, pinned it on there, guys. Already I've looked a gift horse in the mouth. So anyways, a good trade on INO. When we left the show, this was spiking up to 10. I said wait for 10. I know we finished at 11 o'clock, and then we handed over to Memes and Movers with the trader Pratt and Miss V. And then INO made the run up to the top at 10. It was a good pullback all the way back into 940. It was my last out. But it comes right back and gives me the short in front of it. I had 988. I didn't take anything out at 75, which usually that's what I'm going to do. Now you can see I just got some more shares back in at 90. 10's my out, but I am now bidding in front of 80 like I should have been in the first place. Brendan?
Just looking at a UK-based, interesting, Freeline Therapeutics Holding, which is a small cap or micro cap even. FRLN was halted there, but ripping up to the upside here on decent volume, guys. This thing had done absolutely nothing all day, but 30% now, FRLN.
You know what was doing nothing all day, and it's been doing nothing for a bit, but today all of a sudden starting to go again. Look at AMC, guys, up 7 and a bit percent today, 7.5%. Like left for dead in the morning again, bouncing off that 30 level. So $30, $31. I mean, this tends to be solid here for AMC. Like, look at that move, man. Downside 30 and change, all the way to the upside now 34, right back in. So we do like that AMC. I traded this a lot in the afternoon for you guys because it does have movers. But right now, back in its consolidation, not horrible. Up, wow, 7% for AMC today. We will check out, I'll call up trade ideas, and we'll see, like, you know, what the short percentage is right now for AMC, as here comes trade ideas right now. And if you do have this, it's pretty cool. It's very easy to find. Trade ideas has much more than just this, but I call in here, you type in AMC, and then we're going to find out right now. Short float still, according to this, and you can check FinViz as well, but right now 16.78% right now short. So AMC, the short squeeze may be real, and it looks like it's on right now, Neil.
Yeah, they got 19 over at FinViz. We always say, like, these are estimates. No one actually knows the exact number, but it's moving again. Somebody said NVIDIA making a move to that high. Yeah, it broke 200, but it broke 200 on a parabolic move at 11:30, right around lunchtime. Actually double topped here, just above 200. This is 230 cents, and this is now 29 actually the high, and then this is 25. So yes, it's broken 200, but it's not really jailbreaking to the upside. Now I've got a couple of shorts on it at highs of the day, so I mean I don't know that I need another one to add another one. But the other one, I got Bumble, which we did not trade this morning. these guys reported as well. The lockup expired on Tuesday, I want to say, and then you had an unbelievable dip by opportunity. This gave you a shot at 44 at 10 o'clock, and then tops out at 52. Now, Bumble, it's sort of a mixed result since they came to market. Okay, I'm being way too kind here. It's been a poor result since they came to market, but it has been on a bit of a run off of this 38 bottom, making some higher lows here. Now, as it breaks to the upside in today's action, all I was simply looking at was on my 15-minute chart. Saw it spike up, it broke 49.5, it broke 50. I go back, you look at this double top at 53, and then when you see this at 51.50, if it rejects 51.50, can't get through that 52, when I talk about false breaks, I always look to that next obvious level. In this case, it would just be that 52. It pulls back, I short the 51.50 level, 51.52 actually is my price, oddly enough, scalps them out in front of the previous high, that's 50.50, and I'm holding on for dear life. I'm not going to work back into it because the market is ripping, so you have both the ES and the NASDAQ ripping towards highs, and this is part of the reason I'm not going to also get into NVIDIA as well. They're ripping towards the highs, so averaging in after taking profits doesn't make a lot of sense. At this point, it won't be a losing trade if it breaks 52, but I need to have it push back down, and I'll take some out in front of 51 because this market is looking kind of strong. Or I should say hella, I can say hella strong.
You can say hella strong.
Hey,
yeah, I was looking at this 42 level for NIO. I think that's something that we could look at as well. Here, whoops, NIO. What did I do down here? Oh, I'm still on this. Okay, there we go. What I was identifying here earlier was the fact that the NASDAQ really puked down. That helped out our, I wanted to say that and I forgot. That helped out that Micron short, and then obviously these bottoms helped out that 69 long as well. So we'll just adjust that so now we can show you what the market is currently doing. Here, a nice little rally back, by the way. We could talk about this too. Our boy Ethereum here, this is a one-day chart, so forget about that. That's no point right now. It made a nice little comeback. It dipped below 3,000, which quite frankly got me a little bit nervous, but it's now retraced amazingly from that. So it only dipped down to 29.82 right there, and then now it's right back. So it's a couple trades happening on ETHE and GBTC there. If you are trying to follow some Bitcoin trading, it's always a profitable one. We do like to do that here. Okay, look at NIO right now. Barcode, and then now you're getting a little bit of a break. So I'm really interested in this right here. Taking out 42 on the downside. NEO comes with earnings yesterday, and they were pretty good. I wrote them down that I actually didn't mind the NEO earnings today. So that was a note that we had, but it looks like it made a run. It made that bottom there early, 41.75. Look at the NASDAQ starting to go upside. Look at NEO coming to the downside right now. So for me, this was a great break, 42.25, but even better, maybe that 42. So let's see if it wants to resist that. I'm actually, now that I look at this, I'm debating, I think a long right now in NEO actually is what I want. I want a long off this. It didn't spend that much time down there. I expect that to happen on NEO, a dip down here, but I am looking at this bid right now, 42, to see if we can hold it. This is a good opportunity right now to go long. I'm gonna go long right now for roughly worth 15 cents worth of risk, downside, and then the upside we have back to view up. So for me, risk reward pays off right now with NEO long in and around here. We're gonna take our first spot, 42.18, 42.19. We'll take a little bit more if it starts to inch our way back up when we're right, and then we'll protect that 42 bottom. But I do like that trade. Should have took it 3 pennies ago instead of keep talking.
It happens, man. We're live. We're giving you our best, of course. And every now and then, I made that same mistake. I'll start talking about the idea to make sure you guys understand what the thought process. I'm doing it right now. Oh my goodness. Fulcrum, I did put in the chat. Fulcrum was getting to that 22 price. You did see off this 21.50, I was shorting a couple of times. This one successfully. This is my 15-minute chart, so you can see the kind of head and shoulders. Now we're breaking up to the upside here. There is an offer that's sitting on this at 22.40 here, about 10,000 shares. So I'm not at the point where I want to just sit in front of that one, this guy at 22.40. It tested once and sort of came back, like they see that offer. Some people don't look at the depth of book, so like it gets to a price, there's size there, and then the stock turns around. I still think it can chew through that. I'll give it another shot, but if it does hold out, I might have to take some out for a smaller scalp trade. But if it breaks, I might add on a 22.40. Brendo?
Good RX, guys, online platform for pharmacies. Up big time today, 12.75% off of earnings. So they reported pre-market here. You can see 12.5%. Right now, just flirting with both day highs and $35. Volume coming back in a little bit to GDRX.
Is that just good RX? Is that what you said? GDRX, I believe that is what it is. Yep, good RX holding. So good one there, up to $34. Nice play. We did take NEO there. We did punch it long at 24, so we'll wait to see where it goes from there. But I do want a little bit lower bid, so we talked about that play. So that's going to be a good one, hopefully moving forward with there. Let's talk about some dip buys here on Clover Health. When Prad and Valeria, and again, what a great job on the memes and movers again. Make sure you watch that every day after we're done at 11. They're going to come back on and give you that hot fire every single day like they've been doing.
Super hot fire.
Super hot fire, super hot fire. But right now, so here we go. Clover dips all, so we made that mistake early in the pre-market, man, just supporting that VWAP, and it just didn't pan out. Down, down, down. We didn't sell anything. You notice we didn't sell anything on the way down. We might end up picking some up here below 9, and then getting out on any of these bumps, making a nice bid there at 870. And again, just off the daily chart, we are just protecting some of these Clover bottoms, man. I mean, this is all in here, 8, 8. I mean, it's all random, but basically my out was going to be near 8. It's not random at all, but my out was going to be at 8. So we had some downward protection there on Clover. Clover is a highly shorted stock, and one that I believe has the ability to run. So I actually pretty bullish on Clover. They had a great report, I felt like, and I just don't think it's deserved to be down as low as it is today. And now we're hovering around VWAP. So we did pick some up, and right now you're seeing me in a 38-cent winner. And the reason why, I think this thing bumps here into the close. So I'm actually going to take a little bit more long if we get back in here around 9. And then if we break sort of these levels here, 885 or so, then we'll get out. But that's right where we're long. We're long 875, but I want to build into more Clover, even around here, man, even right now, 911, 910, somewhere in this cluster, we'll get long, protecting that 9, and then eventually getting out if it does come back to the downside. So that's Clover, and we did get another bid on NEO, so it's going to look a little strange until it starts to go because it's barcoding, but we're still going to protect that $42. So we're long in front of 42 support on both Clover and NEO. We're playing off some low supports.
Yeah, and Bumble, young man, Bumble. I mean, it's Rumble, but whatever. That's the best I can do for Bumble. If you guys can come up with some better puns for me.
They can.
I might be in this. If I'm in this short the entire time, you guys need to come up with something for me to say. But I got bids out here. I said I would bid more in front of that 51, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I got bids in front of 50 on 49, just in case it flushes, right? Like, if this starts to go down, I want to make sure I can take some of this out and get that winner. Now, Fulcrum, remember I said there was that seller and I would give it another chance at 22.40 to test it? It did, and it didn't go, so I did cover some at 34 here, which does set me up to be able, what am I talking? Which does set me up to get ready for a dip buy. Just getting locked and loaded to make sure I can actually get into position here. If it comes down to the 21.75 and then holds, maybe get some more in the 85 to 90 range. So watching Fulcrum is Bumble taking a tumble. Jason,
well, that's a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Mumbling, stumbling, bumbling, David Town. Bumble in the jungle. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I mean, yeah, greatest community in the world, so you're feeding us the puns to entertain you.
That was a great one.
I feel like it's almost too easy. Like, I don't have to come up with any puns. You guys are doing it for me. I love it. Those are all fantastic. Fulcrum buying the dip. Bumble working out pretty well. I do want to get over to, if I can, just for one quick second here, there is,
Bumble will make you humble. I mean,
Bumble will
make
you humble. You guys are ridiculous.
Absolutely on fire.
I do have to get over to Moderna because it is worth reviewing this trade. Now, you're going to see, you're like, oh my gosh, Neil, this must have worked out so well for you. Look at that. Look at this rollover in mRNA. I'm doing this on purpose, by the way. It goes all the way down to your 380. But this is me getting stopped out at the top and then actually reversing into a long on Moderna, and that's me getting out. Now, I don't mind any of this. Like, I had a hard stop. You guys know I had a hard stop on Moderna at that 405. I did reverse into the long. I took a tight stop trade here. But here's the problem. I just showed you on INO and some of these other names. You get that sort of head and shoulders idea on a higher time frame. Look what happens to Moderna. First 400 break, gets to that 404, 460, retraces. Then you're going to make that other high here, and then it retraces, and then you're going to make that lower high. Goes to 404 again. Now, I'm not saying I had to have it here at 402. What I am saying is I needed to have this breakdown, at least have this breakdown at 398 if I didn't have this. So I got away from Moderna. I mean, it's not going to be, I'm not happy with it because I should have been all over this stock for the second time through. I think I just probably dug in too much and was like, yeah, I'm not going to look at Moderna after taking a hit. It's my worst stock on the day, but not because of the P&L. It's the worst stock because I didn't take what was an obvious setup for me in mRNA, and you see it go all the way down to 380, so kind of pie in my face. I know some people had this one, so I'm glad you made some profits on it. It was a fantastic short. I just couldn't stick with it. My stick-to-itiveness was not that great on Moderna today. Usually it has been this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You know, maybe you lose today what you made yesterday and vice versa. You keep coming back, trade the ideas because, again, you know, when they work great. And when they don't work, you manage risk. I mean, that's what it's all about. To be right every single trade, it's not possible. So
unless you're cheating. People who, if you win on 100% of your trades, look, the thing is, if you take 200 trades a day, and you win on 60% of them, then you can make money every day.
Right. Yeah.
But if you win on 100% of your trades, then you're an algorithm that is cheating. I have to get to Conifer. It's Conifer, right? CNFR. Brendan will correct me if I'm wrong about this anyways. Conifer, which I did short this morning. I got, he will correct me. I got a 306, well, most of it at 306, and the rest out of 330. It just spiked back up to the level we're looking to short. I missed it. This is 365, and this is at top level at 380. So I am going to look at Conifer here, but there was a bid. Yes, they were still there. 50,000 shares at 370. This stock was 5 million shares. It is oddly thin, man. 7-cent spread, 8-cent spread at times, 10-cent spread at times on a $4 stock with size being thrown around, and yet the liquidity is kind of awkward. So you have to really pick your spots. Like when I was shorting it off of the 930 push, it went all the way up to 380, and I didn't get short till 363. Like this thing does not have as much liquidity as you would expect, but this is where I would look to play that retracement. It just stalled out at $4. I need to see it really turn, or that buyer at 370 maybe get taken out. If it gets printed, maybe I'll just hit that bid if I can.
Yeah, good. Wow, crazy chart that one is. I did want to give a big shout out here. Thank you to Jason. I mean, we're going to try to, anybody that gives a super chat, you know, we will address it. So whether or not it's $5, $10, $50, $100, 500. No, just we'll play. Okay, so let's just go. Thank you for yesterday on Open, and you're welcome, man. And I mean, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I threw out the sheet. I showed it this morning. Yesterday's swing plays were Clover. So that's up 12.5% right now. We just got that's what I want to show you. We just got that buy there on Clover right now, actually, but we did get that out right here. I mean, look, 25s, man. We're sitting right there. We grabbed it. That's how we trade on the show. You know, play these levels. That's a great one. Now, look, there we go. We dip into that. We're going to try to defend this area. We'll see where Clover goes. But I want to talk about Open Door because that's what that super chat was for. And man, like if I'd hit that money thing right now, we are working on our graphics. So don't worry about it, Lucas. He's a one-man show over there. But the thing about Open was today, I mean, let me know. There it is. Yeah, do that. Yeah, we'll drop down the money. Good one. We'll rain it down there. But this is what it was today. So you can see this is a 1-minute chart. We're going to zoom back out just to show you. It's a positive name for me today, even though these bids here, like we were buy. This is how much I liked it. Buy. But then when it broke that 1650 to the downside, we were able to get out. And then we're like, okay, maybe we're wrong on this thing. We played the short all the way. So this is like a short 17. Our best out there 16 flat or 1608. And now look, straight to the upside. Open Door 25% up, man. That was a big trade yesterday. So you're welcome for Merzing as well and everybody there on the chat for that play. But look,
that's a great
it's just what it is here. This is what Open was. This is what I was liking on it. It coiled up. It wasn't horrible. We've already been down here. We know it can get back up there. So it was coiling up. Then on any kind of a beat, or if they liked it, we knew this was going to happen. And look, it's the same thing. I talked about it on Palantir. Look, here's the coil up, right? Here's the coil up. Bang, right to the upside. You take companies that you like, it's the same thing. Look at Clover, I like the space. I love the health space. But again, recent SPAC, then look, coiling up down here, bang to the upside. Man, we got as high as 1020 today. So Clover making those moves as well. And then we're talking about one we're going to do earnings later. But XL Fleet, apparently, I own this stock, so that's good for me. I think you can own it right now. This is literally my price. I think it's 703. But the same type of thing, kind of coiling up here. I mean, I wish it was a little bit lower for the exact, you know, the liftoff play. But we're coiling up here. And if you guys want to play for tomorrow, I think XL, although it's a little different because it's in the EV space. I don't love EV spaces. We'll talk about Fisker and how we got smoked on that. Well, actually, we didn't get smoked on it, but we'll talk about Fisker today a little bit as it just takes out the bottom. Wasn't that bad. Could always be better. But XL right there, I do like that for a break as well tomorrow on earnings. But if there are any names that are reporting tomorrow that you need to get our attention on, put them in the chat. And I'd love to look at a daily chart and give you an opinion on where I think it may be going. So Miss V will hopefully be able to see that on the chat as we're really busy here. But hopefully, is it Rocket tomorrow? Okay,
Rocket. I know Rocket was one.
But I do hate Rocket. Rocket's been a thorn in my side.
Not a thorn in our side is Conifer, CNFR. Brendan didn't correct me, so I have to be saying it right. But yeah, it rolled over. I said be patient. I remember there was that buyer at 370. I mean, they ran away. Anyway, so I shorted the turn here. And again, it's just like this pop to the upside in the morning. Like, this is a good 25 pennies from the high. This is a good 20 cents from the high that I got here 3D. I got it a few times here, just hitting the bid. And then we're able to get out 70s, 65s, and then got a bunch out here in the low 60s. Just got to fill at 350. So that one is, as fast as it came up, it came back down because the liquidity, like once that buyer was gone, it's just absolutely flush. And that's one of the things we like to show you. Like, it's not, the setup's there, right? But the added, the coup de grace, or I don't know, or the cherry on top, or whatever pun you want to come up with. Coup de grace. Is it coup de grace or coup de grace? Coup de grace.
Yeah, you don't pronounce the S there.
Whatever, you don't pronounce the S. I should know that. I should know that. But anyways, the thing about it is that when you show that level 2 and you see that buyer, when it's gone, if you like the setup anyways, it gives you another piece of confidence for that trade to put it on there, and it works to the downside. Now, we got a question about DoorDash here.
Okay.
And look, if you watched the morning show, you might have heard me say I really, really wish that their deal had actually gone through. And I think the rumor was that like talks had stalled. They're actually completely broken apart. I want to say, just to make sure, over possible regulatory concerns. And that's what it was. It was the Instacart deal fell apart over concerns with I guess antitrust and competition. So that sucks, because with that deal, this stock was breaking 200, easy peasy. Without that, like I'm not sure what the next catalyst is going to be. It's a great looking chart. You do have that. You're in the midst of a bit of a breakout here, but the question was about options, so you go for it. But it's hard with the negativity of that deal going out. And if there were ongoing talks, like if this was still possibly in the pipe, I'd say that's worth gambling on. But with the idea that this is talks completed and finished, and they're not going to pick up Instacart, I don't love it as much, but I'd be like just hella bullish on DoorDash. I'd probably buy it if they got this deal done, or if it's going to happen. It would be fantastic for them to get in there. I also use Instacart, by the way. I think that I'm never going in. I told you this before. I'm never going in a grocery store again. It's pretty inconvenient, that shopping, except for the replacement. They're always replacing like weird replacements. If they don't have what you want,
that part
you'll get
sucks.
Something where it's like, that's what you would replace this with? Like, come on, what are you thinking about? Bumble, I did get some shares out in front of 51 like we said we would, so I can't ring the register literally with a key, but I can tell you we rang the register, and I'm still not averaging back into this. It doesn't matter how many times it works off of 52. I got my shares already off this lower high, and it breaks 52, I'm out. The market is still breaking upside here. ES is still at the high of the day. The NASDAQ is actually up 0.4%. So, Bumble is post earnings and it's a strong move. It's up 8%. It could still roll over. I still got some bids down here just in case it does do that, but I'm not going to be doubling or tripling down on this particular trade. CNFR working in the money, which is fine. INO was the other one here. I did get some out in front of 980 because I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth again. I already did once, not going to do it twice. Brendo.
First Advantage, guys, another one that's relatively thin this afternoon, but just looking for things that are moving at this point. This one definitely that. FA on the NASDAQ, day highs just made there. It's actually all-time highs as well. This is a recent addition to the NASDAQ. FA.
What?
What just happened?
I got out of Fisker right here when it broke that low, and then there's the move down. Did Brendan just say a story on Fisker? I don't know what. Fisker, but again, Morgan Stanley tricked us all, man. I mean, they had that convertible debt offering. Like, you're telling me that they didn't know about that before they basically upgraded the stock? Like, give me a break, Morgan Stanley. Like, here it is all the way down here. It's rocking and rolling. I mean, I bought 17s, pretty small, didn't get anything out, but it ripped a 19 there. I think Fisker's the winner in the EV space, so I'm not worried about this. I think you can pick it up, but I mean, I am worried. I didn't buy that many shares. I want to average in. I think it down to 12 or 13 is a good spot, but that convertible offering today can be converted into shares. So I don't know what happened. There's a big story. Maybe if someone could find out that Fisker, but right now it is crashing to the downside. And Neil said, where are we going to look for some levels? I don't. On EV space,
that's how my mind always works. Right?
I don't think there are levels.
The first thing I think about, I'm just literally going into seeing if I'm missing anything. Because I know Brendan will get news if there is, but I don't actually see anything. And maybe there is an offer. Maybe, I don't know. We already know about the offering. Maybe there's some kind of an update
this
on
doesn't make sense unless, 15? Whatever. He'll come up with it, and we'll figure out what is happening exactly right now.
If not 15, right here, because it would be 75, and we're like right there at like 70. So. I mean, if it turns around and tries to catch a bid right here, I'd take a retrace through 75, maybe, and then stop at the low as long as we're holding 15.50. Because other than that, it's like 15 even. But I hate when I'm look at the volume spike here. Like there's got to be an update here. There's got to be some kind of news, and I hate. I know it's filling the gap in the daily. That's why I'm kind of looking at this buy right here. But I feel like I'm missing something, and I hate trading when you feel like you're missing something because usually means you're missing something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, I would think so. But right now, yeah, NEO. So we do these dip buys here. I didn't get triggered out of that, so I don't get out right when it does break 42. But this is a good volume spike. So there's the rejection. So we got back more shares now, and we'll see as NEO goes right back into the money for us long 16s here. So we are protecting that level. The Clover dip buy looks like a good one. There's the buy. There's the out. There's the rebuy back in. So we'll see if Clover can continue to go. We got a super chat right here. Thank you so much for this, Jeff. So Apple rejects every single time. I'm just going to call it up here. You guys can see the question on the board. Every time it touches 150, any thoughts on that? So basically, yeah. I mean, look, it depends what you're swinging with Apple here and how big your trades are going to be. But is that Trader Pratt? No, he's not on the TV now. That's not on the program.
I know.
You could put that on the program if you guys want.
If you see him doing that again, catch him, Lucas.
Yeah, Trader Proud right now just chilling out there in the background. But okay, let's talk about Apple right now. So I don't know about it saying every time it comes up here. I mean, we've been here once, twice, and then I guess the very next day probably a pre-market. So we've only really visited the all-time high twice, and we're right there again. So I think Apple is a must-buy on every single opportunity you get, on every single dip. And like I said, you don't want to make it too much of your portfolio, but I don't have a problem if Apple's 10, 20% of your portfolio, believe it or not. I mean, I kind of look at it as a market indicator. So, I mean, it's kind of like putting your money into the NASDAQ.
But be careful how much you own of the index, right? Like,
that's what I was saying.
If you're an index trader, because like it's so easy to do if you regularly like buy the NASDAQ or the S&P, and then you individually play any of the FANG names.
Wait a second
like,
here. What was
you
the
can end up really overweighted at times. By the way, Fisker, there was a turn right here at 65. Remember, I kind of went back and someone was saying fill the gap, and I'm like immediately looking at levels. You come back, and it's not the entirety of the gap, but this level here was the first thing I could see. Breakdown at 1670 or 1580, 1575, and then you held resistance here at 70. I'm like, if it tries to reclaim that level, I'm just going to jam long. We got 67s. I already scalped them out for a 10-cent winner. And again, you know I like counter trend trading, so I have to find something, and I didn't see anything that really.
No, I mean, it's like what I said about Jacqueline here. She's right. I mean, this is what it is. It's that convertible note. We talked about that earlier. They can convert it into shares, which is scaring shareholders right now. But they're going to use it for good purpose, apparently, anyways, as per Mr. Henrik Fisker. Okay, Clover's going back to the upside, but we do got to throw it to Brendan right now. What's up, bud?
Another one, guys. Yeah, not seeing anything in addition to that. Obviously, that came out this morning. So a lot of people talking about a single 2 million share print. Can't verify that as it's printing a lot of shares. So we'll see what happens with Fisker. Novin, though, another one that popped up a little bit earlier this afternoon. NOVN 9 to about 1050 just popped up again on a volume scanner. So they reported, but more news this afternoon, guys.
Okay, so let me go back over because I want to finish that question. I mean, the $5 super chat, very, very kind of you. Thank you, Jeff, I believe it was. But okay, so basically what I was getting at here was this is the NASDAQ, right? So this is the NASDAQ. I mean, unbelievable run. Basically no, no cap in this, man. It just kept going up, and away goes the NASDAQ. So we definitely like that spot. But look, every time Apple fails, you're going to get NASDAQ doing the same thing. So really, I would just take a look at it. We're well above the 50-period moving average here, back down to 139. You might think that's pretty far away, but it can retrace back there. To me, what are the chances of it coming back down? I mean, honestly, into the summertime, probably they're half decent. I think you'll probably see some profit taking up here. But I mean, if you're worried about going long and then wondering about it coming back in, I would just say you can go long now. And then if we break 150, let it hang above there for a little bit. And then maybe go long 151 or 152. And then you can use some of these levels if you're scared to get out on. Because right now, like if you're going to go long now and then get out if it fails at 150, I mean, where do you really get out? 142? Do you get out at 140? I'm telling you, you're going to regret doing that. I really just think that if your fear of the market is there, then maybe stay out a little bit. You could always go long and then write options, but I mean, again, maybe a little bit over the top on some explanation there. But I think that Apple, I'm not scared of that retracement. They do give a small dividend, and I still think like the headwinds are not there for Apple anymore, man. I mean, I'm not worried about inflation as much as other people are, so I don't worry about that. I think the tech names are going to be here for a while. Apple has a new phone coming out, obviously, and more products. The Apple Fitness is picking up speed. With Peloton, they're battling there. We've talked about that. Fitbits with Google now. They have the Apple Watch there, so I think they're in the right space. They have credit cards now with Goldman Sachs. So I'm excited. They have the buy now, pay later. They're going to be introducing that.
That's huge, by the way. And
that's going to be on their new phone.
You said inflation. Like, first of all, I'll be the first person. I say with Mark all the time. I'm not one of these transitory people. Like, I'm a little bit old school. I actually do believe it's not necessarily transitory. But Apple, look, you're talking about the name out of that group that is the most resistant. They're an ecosystem. If you're talking about somebody with pricing power who is not going to have these troubles, who's not going to have input costs go up. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to talk about the chip shortage, but they're front of the line, baby. So they're going to get least affected by that as well. So they're probably poised the best if you're picking one of those names. So I'm all about that, echoing that for Apple.
I mean, Joe Campbell's right. I mean, this is what I do. I mean, I'm the exact same way here, Joe. I don't look at them or trade them that much. Like, it's Apple and Microsoft and Google are my three largest holdings right now. So, and I don't trade them, and I've added Facebook to that as well. I don't want to get out of these names. I think they continue to work and they continue to rally. My last Facebook, I mean, I've been pounding the table, guys, on Facebook for a while, wanting everybody to buy this thing. My last buy was $350. I did lose on earnings day because I was so believing that this was only a good thing, man. Right back down here to VWAP. So I'm really super excited about Facebook moving forward. So I'd be large into big cap tech, guys.
Did you guys put that on screen? Okay, yeah, they got Prad. They got you, Prad. Got you, bro. Yeah, that's right. Hey, man, it's healthy for you. You got to do what you got to do. Get that fruit in you when it's good. Anyways, Bumble.
Yo, just turn off your camera, bro.
Bumble is
pretty easy. There it is.
Bumble just broke 57. That's what I'm saying. Like, he can control his own fate. Like, I can't do anything about it. If Lucas wants to, like, throw me up, like, look, man, you see me when I'm eating Timbits in the morning show. He always catches me eating Timbits, which is fine. But Bumble heading to the downside, that's working. Fisker was cruising, man. I said this, I just put this in the chat. It was absolutely cruising on the pullback there that we kind of jammed at 67. On the way up there, got some out at 85, and then someone decided to start dumping shares into 70. So if it makes a fresh low, I'm not going to fight this one, man. Like, forget about it. If it makes a fresh low at this point, like, there's no way. There's no averaging in on this, and there's no fighting the trend on Fisker. I was able to get some out for a profit. I don't want this turning into a losing trade. There was a question. If I'm in a position, and like I did say, if I didn't say this, then call me out, please. Because usually when I go over these trades, like I'd tell you this is a VWAP retracement trade. So if I didn't say that, then you should say, Neil, where's your out? Like, where's your target on INO? The next out, look, the next out's going to be this cluster here, 965, so I should probably get on the bid pronto. And then if it breaks, out in front of VWAP. So that's what I'm talking about. I'll get on 66 here, and then I'm going to go for a bid, probably about like 957 or 958, somewhere in that range, out in front of VWAP. It worked the first time. The second time, you can't like it quite as much because it's a bit of a different play. Everyone's looking at the same level, but it did double top there, so I probably should have added at 990. Now that I look at this lower double top, analyzing it in real time here, and I should have added here at 990, and then I could have got some out, and then maybe add. Yeah, I'm not adding again there, but anyways, INO is going to work out. Bumble's in the money. Fisker, the last of it might not work, and then Fulcrum. Oh, Fulcrum. As usual, it's a mixed result. The break, it gives you a little bit, but that seller at 22.40, it never broke. It turned around, and then this wick happened. That's me getting out at bottom wick. If Fulcrum runs to like $24, then yeah, that's right. I probably deserve it. Oh, and you guys remember, just so you guys can see this one, you guys know I celebrated early yesterday on the CCL and I jinxed the trade. This is what happened at that 24. Remember this 24 short on CCL that I jinxed?
Remember it?
Yeah, you guys know. Look what happened. Look what happened today. And there's no excuse for not shorting in front of 24 this morning. But anyways, CCL goes straight down $1. It was probably an obvious one, but it got missed. It's going to happen. So that's on me for jinxing the trade when we were in it yesterday. CCL, Holding though lows, at least, that's the only good thing I can say about it. This actually sets up for a breakout if it wasn't 335.
I mean, yesterday, I feel bad too, because yesterday we had it right on here. We destroyed Coinbase. Everything you could see, I don't know if you can see, it's yesterday's sticky note. Maybe I can find it. You know what, I should just find it for you on Twitter. But CCL, I said there, the variance too much. We got to short it against 24. So we did that yesterday and made money. And then now today, unfortunately, we missed that trade. And that's why, like, I'm trying to do it. Like, I'm keeping all these sticky notes here on the desk and trying to review them every morning. But sometimes we miss them. Was overwhelmed today. There was so much. There was DoorDash as well. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, but Clover, Open, everything. Palantir.
I gotta say this.
Love Palantir.
Wendy Plunkett, I am sorry that I suggested FULCK. The chart looked like it was going up. Nobody in our community should ever, and I mean ever, apologize for pointing out a symbol that is moving, right? Like, we're gonna look at, so I'm gonna miss setups all the time. Like, I would say it's like 10 to 1 where you guys will put names in the chat. It's like, look at this, it's moving. And if I decide there's a setup there, I take it. I'm telling you, the win rate's actually pretty damn good. So I'm pretty happy about it. Like, I'm not, you know, like I'm joking around, like, you know, you shouldn't joke about your trades, but I'm joking around that that's bottom wick because it just looks ugly. But at the end of the day, you have to trade what's moving, especially during power hour. So if you guys are going to be calling out something that maybe we haven't looked at or haven't traded, it's for good reason. We want those things. We all want to be looking at what's moving. We want to listen to what Brennan's talking about. And whether it leads to a winning trade or not, losing is the cost of doing business. But you know what? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And some dude that's the GOAT or the second GOAT.
I was going to say, you should.
Might have said that, but the real GOAT is Brennan.
Is over there, yeah.
Just checking on energy shares, guys. I had a huge volume spike there on, where is it? Bear with me here. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so we are basically flat, 0.3% on the energy group overall. Chesapeake, however, off of earnings. Volume, guys, coming through 59 there. This is all-time highs for CHK. I know, that was my reaction too.
Really?
I thought they were bankrupt.
They did go bankrupt.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, okay, guys. So right here, look at this. 924 right there. We got in and out again on Clover. So, I mean, that was a good one for sure on Clover. So we've just been buying this dip, and we got out again. So we're still long from down here. That's why you see a better average price into that spot. So that's what we're doing right now with Clover. We're watching that. We're watching NEO right now. We got a 24 print there. So long at 14, we took a dime. I didn't even notice that. We took a dime there when it did come back to the upside, and again, you know, just that same spot. So this is a deep average in. We noticed that spike down there. I mean, that was a good hold. That's what sort of sparked this backside there when it resisted that 42. Now you're getting a nice out there. We still have some shares, but I was noticing that we did get printed there. And then I'm just going to echo, you know, obviously what Neil said. We always tell you guys all the time, if you can, guys, put it in as much as we can into the chat, and we'll look at it, because it's just like when you guys tweet at me and say thank you for the open trade, or thank you for SoFi, or whatever it is, or Space, or anything. It's like you are hitting the keys. I'm just trying to give you some ideas that potentially will work, and then you make up your own mind if those are ideas that you like or not. So we're glad that you're back every single day, which means maybe they like us. So that's going to be a good one. I want to look at something
Wendy,
else.
shout out to your 9-year-old. I think that's amazing. Hopefully she gets into investing as well. I don't know what's going on with Virgin Galactic here, but before we came on, I was sort of just saying to myself, yeah, this stock, tomorrow, Wednesday, or next week, maybe before Wednesday, it'll actually get down to those low 20s to pick some up. And then, of course, it decides to make a bit of a bounce. I know it's down 5%, but it just got off the schneid in sort of a big way here. I don't really see any reason why, but volume spike on Virgin Galactic heading to the upside after, I mean, you can see what's happened the last few days off of 35, right? Like, it's been absolute woodshed action for Virgin Galactic. A bit of a reversal here. In context, it doesn't look that big, but it was going down all day long with no bid.
Right, I'm going to give you an example here, okay? So someone on the chat just said, you know, Sean's level of hood was amazing, right? And it was $50. And so I just went back here to a sticky note, and I said we're still waiting for 50 on the downside for hood, right? So we were waiting for that just a couple days ago. And then, you know, today it comes through. So again, the other thing is like whether or not, like you're down that 7% today, hood absolutely failed at that 50 mark. And here's the break right here. Break down 50 all the way down to 47, but you're the ones that got to hit the trade. So I don't have it on here. Again, looking at too much much stuff off the open. Wish I would have saw that hood at 50 because look, comes right back here like, oh my God, there's just so much to happen every day. So we're really excited. That's why the show, I know is the best show on YouTube. Because we're live trading. We're doing lots of executions for you every single day, giving you the ideas, and the sticky note I think helps, at least for me, to go back and look at some of the ideas that we had. So I do like that sticky note idea. We'll keep going with that. So NEO now 6 or 7 cents in the money. We are a dime. We are waiting for imbalances to come out. They'll be at 350. Clover did come back a little bit. Oh, Palantir, one of my favorite stocks. You guys know how we traded that one. Ding, ding, ding. We do have an embarrassing out there for half. Then we tripled our position because a little bit of revenge trading. That's why you see all of these outs, man. Like we took the profit all the way to the outs. And then now we're holding on to a very, very small piece because it went up to 25.80 today. And now we're just holding. Look at Palantir barcoding right now. This is not, in my opinion, it's a good sign that it's doing this, but I would rather it sort of be barcoding up and around here. I don't like that we're just chilling out basically at 25. So, and even lower than 25. Again, I don't know if we're going to have a second day move on this one or not. It doesn't look super strong into the close. So again, it doesn't look like anything. It's just, I would have liked to see it break, and that was going to be one of my plays here, a break of 25 upside, but it doesn't look like Palantir wants to do that. Oh, yeah, sticky notes for the win. What's up, Delonte Crosby? I did want to go a little bit here on SoFi. Someone asked about SoFi. Is SoFi reporting tomorrow? We did have our earnings report up. I wasn't sure. Someone mentioned it when I asked for names that were reporting. I forgot to look at Rocket. We will look at that as well. SoFi, again, great bottom there. I like DeFi. I like the fintech spot. So, I'm a buyer and holder of SoFi right now. I also hold PaySafe. You know that. JP Morgan, PayPal, Square. I'm in absolutely all of those names. My largest holding is Square JP Morgan, but out of all the other names would be Square there. SoFi, I did have a starter position right around here when I thought that this dip was not necessary.
Tonight.
Let alone, it is, okay, right. So let alone this one. So I thought SoFi was here. I like SoFi. The 50 period is just starting. Remember, this was IPOE, so it's had opportunities to run here. I like SoFi, and I think a return to 20 is not out of the question. If they put up a good quarter, we'll see where they're going. They have a couple new products, especially with crypto and stuff like that. We're unable to have SoFi accounts here in Canada, but I believe that they've made some inroads. So let's see. I like SoFi for a call here going into earnings tomorrow. If they miss, like what's going to happen is you're going to go long 17. If they miss, you should be able to get out in 15 or 16 in and around here. I don't think a miss brings them down to all-time lows. So risk reward, I do like SoFi. We'll write that one down and we'll talk about that tomorrow when we come back. And then right now it's 340. So let's take a quick look to see if there's anything on Toronto. Imbalances. Neil just said I don't think anything. Yeah, and there isn't much here. I don't even know what TLO is, so we can look at that. But let's take a quick look. TLO 47 cents. No wonder why I don't know. So no big names here on Toronto for the imbalance.
You don't know Talon Metals Corp? I had to look that up actually. I had no idea.
But now I know.
Now we know it's Talon Metal.
Look at Neo guys starting to go here. Whoops. Oh,
you did the freeze
my
thing
chart
again,
froze
man.
again. I was perfect all afternoon, but I did note, Neil, we just got an update. Our software is getting updated tonight, so hopefully
Sweet. Put the
we
new
do have
version on.
some new chart fixes there. But
Your chart froze. I actually got to fill it.
Neil's 40 cents in the money, so take it away, Neil. Yep.
This is a Conifer, and that's right, it is Conifer. 330 just was able to get out there. Oddly enough, the same price that I covered earlier on in the session, but that pop, look, the volume popped to the upside. They had the buyer that bid 50,000 shares sitting at 370. The second that disappeared off the offer, I just started hitting the bid and then was able to get some shares in the 80 to 85 range. That is a solid move there, but again, you sort of come into this not necessarily blind. That was a level I loved from the pre-market that we never really got at the 930 pop. So when it did pop, I didn't get anything till I got 360 on the way back down actually. So not even the best entry. Now we get it. I'm not holding out. This stock is not liquid enough to want to hold all the way to the close because one spike up on volume and it's going to be at like 340 or 350. INO is starting to get into the downside here. Not flat yet, but we're going to take the last out there in front of VWAP there. We were able to get that 965. I'd hit something for you like to flush down the toilet for INO, but this is almost the same thing. Like I only shorted one level on INO. It was just going all the way up on a linear move to the upside. So unless I have defined level like that $10, which we used once, twice, and then 3 times here for the short trade, Bumble is the one that This is closing pretty strong, by the way. So this rollover, a lot of times you get a rollover like this, I think it should be easy peasy. It gets to 50. Instead, it really hasn't given me anything but a 40 to 50 cent winner each time. And that's about it. I really thought this was going to shoot $1, maybe $1.50 on a pullback. So not getting a lot of love on the. It's a winning trade for now, but not getting a lot of follow through on Bumble. Maybe this thing is in the midst of a breakout. I don't know too much about. I don't know too much about the app to be able to say whether it's going to be worth it. But you would think that in the reopen and a recovery, they would stand to benefit from that. I wouldn't know because I'm not in the dating game.
Okay, I did want to, I mean, Bumble, good, I guess a good quarter after all, by these dips, but oh no.
You didn't know, come on.
I mean, I just loaded these charts. I was trying to show you guys Neo, maybe I can close this. Wow, this is unbelievable, the difficulties that we've been having lately. Donkey Kong, DraftKings, nothing but upside love as well. I'm just gonna load this chart one more time here for you guys quickly. Go like that, and then here's Neo, look at this. Just because it looks so sweet. Look at all these bids. Nice trade there. What's up, Brendan?
Blink, guys, another earnings name trying to get back towards, probably not going to get to positive, but day highs, we'll call it. We got up to 34.40 right off the open, just broke that on a huge volume spike. Still down 4% after earnings for Blink.
So we got a couple of questions here about Disney. Why is Disney not on my, that's weird. Disney's always on my quote board. There's no way I took it off. See, look at that. You guys saw that live? I just typed it in my level 2 and it shows back up on my quote board. I knew I would never take Disney off my quote board. I'm always watching this one because it's been the bane of a lot of people's existence, I would say. Although I'm like a take my money now kind of person when it comes to Disney. Really, now my daily doesn't want to load up, guys. So I'll go to the 15 here, which will give you at least a bit of a look. Now they got a bump. Remember when the pricing came out on the Star Wars experience, which some people think is expensive, but hey, it's a couple of days and it's $6,000 for a family of 4. I don't think that's too bad. But then again, I'm a gigantic Star Wars guy, so maybe people don't agree with me. But they got a bit of a bump and then a big fall back into this 170 area. Disney needs to, and will my daily try to blow it up? Not really. If Disney really needs to come back on the breakout here, and at the end of the day, I feel like this is a company and a stock which should have been a play it both ways. They have streaming for the stay at home. They are all about the reopen with the cruises and of course with the theme parks all over the world. So you would have thought you could play it both ways, yet the momentum has not been here for Disney. If we don't get a bump, I'm trimming through 170 if we don't get a bump in the next couple of days here, although I do feel pretty confident that we're actually going to get the breakout that we've been looking for on Disney. So let's see if it happens. But this is like, it's not the last time's a charm because I'll probably own this stock until I'm an old decrepit man. But I'd be trimming it, which I know I should have done before. I was going to show on the daily chart, which I know I should have done before. And we talked about this with Mark Roberts, and he even said it made sense to trim some Disney. He also said it would make sense to get Target instead of Walmart. He also said it made sense to get Lyft instead of Uber. I'm just rhyming off the things where I'm like, I want it in the space. I was talking about a name. Mark's like, maybe you should think about doing this. And I'm like, yeah, no. Hold my beer while I buy more Walmart instead of Target. You can kind of figure out how that one worked out.
Yeah, Target's been amazing.
Target's, I bet you the daily chart's not going to load when I try to pull Target up.
You don't, it's just been an absolute beast of a stock.
It does.
Yeah. Okay, good. So basically, thank you so much for watching the show. It's been a good one today. Only 3:47, not too much time left here. So we are taking out another piece of our Clover, man. I mean, we're long on the downside. It's going to be a good stock for us today, Clover. The thing about Fisker is, I did want to talk about this quickly here. This is why, and again, this is why you use, and I know Neil took the long, it worked out. Now it's going back to the downside. I have no idea what's happening here.
I don't know what else is going on with that stock.
I don't know, but this is, I just want to show you, this is why we use stop orders here, right? And I mean, if this is not a good example right here, then I can't do a better one, because look, I wasn't even watching Fisker. And I mean, I'm holding Clover, looking at Ethereum, looking at holding Neo. At that time, I think was holding obviously Fisker, Palantir. So 3 or 4 or 5 positions, something like that. And if I don't have this order in right there, then whether or not you have 1,000 shares, 100 shares, 10 shares, it's irrelevant. But that mark right there is the out, right? So, I mean, as soon as you take out that low, that's why I went long there off the 1620 bottom. So as soon as that news comes out, like we were cruising, it was in the money. I mean, I was like, okay, here we go, Fisker. Like, this is good. Getting them out. So we didn't have a huge spot left. But the point of it is that this move down, getting out right there, saves me, because otherwise it would just be like, uh-oh, what's going on with Fisker? Lose money, lose money, lose money. And by the time I finally get over here, I mean, this is a 1 minute chart, maybe you're already down to 16. So either way, you saved yourself about 20 or 30 cents right there, and you don't have to worry about it. So I think that there's a lot of advantages there on why you would do something like that. NEO bouncing around it. Oh no, my chart didn't change. Ooh, but it does now. Right around that VWAP. So noticing that, let's take one more piece out, and then we'll hold one more spot just in case the imbalance comes out for a bid on NEO. But we will take one piece out as I'm noticing right at VWAP. Let's just wrap up this 30-cent winner for all you guys right now.
Yes, sir. And look, sometimes the best trade you make is saving yourself money, right? And that's the reality of, you see that Fisker move. I mean, I just got out at the bottom. I'm crazy. It's still going down. I'm looking at sundial here, volume spike. It'll probably be on the radar for tomorrow. But it's been a relatively boring stock. When this thing is not, and you can see, oh, my last execution is going to show up here. Like, I've been involved like shorting spikes here. I took it one time like a couple of weeks ago when it just sort of came into an obvious 88 level, and it just shorted on the way back at 86.5. I should have had it the next day, but then there was probably a million other things that were better. So sundial, I probably would let it take out the 88 if it gets a bump, and then let it go to that $1 range, guys. I still have Bumble on, but it's working in the money for me. I don't really have, this is a higher time frame, guys. So I want to hold this one to see if it does flush into 50. So I'd like to be able to get that $1.50 on it. And then an INO, similar thing. Like, it's sort of your 20 cents in the money. If I can get 950s, fantastic. Otherwise, I got 10 minutes to be able to close it. Brendo, is it earnings?
It is about that time, guys. We have 10 minutes left. That means we should discuss what's coming up both aftermarket tonight and before the open tomorrow. That SoFi is tonight. Aftermarket, guys, for SoFi.
Dave's. We will look at Rocket. I'm excited for XL because I do own that. I own Rocket as well, but not that much. I got out and it was very, very thankful to get out when it was one of those meme stocks for a while there. They also gave that special dollar dividend, so that was really nice. That helped out. So anybody that owned Rocket about 3 or 4 months ago got that dividend. Other than that, I mean,
I'll be looking at sundial, but someone
Hall
just
of
said
Fame is interesting because of the NFTs.
Yeah, they you know that they're good for some moves, man. Like they're definitely good for some moves. They can be a volatile stock. Everyone that watches the show knows that when sundial moves, and there were times when during the GameStop and some of the squeeze plays, it was like every single day you were getting sundial moves. And I started so just a full disclosure, when I started trading at Day Trade the World, like there was a good like year to year and a half where like my best profits was actually trading on penny stocks and doing some market making and momentum trading on penny stocks. So every now and then there's an opportunity to find one that's moving and I'll jump back to it, and sundial does kind of fit that bill, but I don't trade it every single day. So with not 8 minutes to go, Bumble now $1 in the money. I still want 50, so if it goes any further down, I should get a bit out there just in case it flushes. Gonna hang on to it just now, guys. But a few things, don't forget, there is a trade of the day coming at 4 o'clock, because there is always a trade of the day. There could have been a lot of picks today, I feel, but there's nothing, you can't go wrong with Micron, obviously, Sean. And it could have been a lot of things today, but it was a fantastic day. Of course, we're always back, and it's exciting. We're still in the midst of earnings season, which is awesome, because it gives you those extra opportunities. Not that you need them, because it feels like there's a 100% club every single day, and there's a sector going nuts every single day as well.
Yeah, Neil ran there, or Folk ran there, Neil apparently. I didn't look at it today. I looked at Folk yesterday, and it was an okay trade, but for me, not a fantastic one. So we'll wait on Folk, apparently. That's moving around right now. On the imbalance locator here today, a lot of NASDAQ names, but not much else. CSX, Zynga's been on there like every day, so I will have to find out more about that. We'll do some work on that. Pfizer, NYSE, everything. So Fisker right there for a buy. Fisker, okay. So people want to buy that name up. That's good for them. We'll see where Fisker goes on the imbalance locator. So that's interesting. I haven't seen Fisker there before at the close, and it's a decent amount of shares. Where did it go? Oh, it's gone already. So it already paired some off. There it is, Fisker, 443. So it came out about 500,000. Add those together, yeah, exactly 500,000. So Fisker, nice move there. Okay, let's look at Rocket quickly. I keep talking about it. I do own it. So look, I mean, I thought it was interesting that they came out. So this is the one thing, and I'm just thinking about this now for rocket companies, and that is that they came out not too long ago, a couple days ago, actually, I believe it was mid last week or something, where we did get a nice little spike. Yeah, it must have been this day, August 2nd, maybe. That makes sense because then it came right back the next day, right? So they came out here, and that's where they were going to start offering some financing for some of the solar, I guess, panels and whatnot that you have on your house, giving you an option to attach it to your mortgage and things like that. So, I mean, It's doing its dance right now. It's such a competitive space, the mortgage space right now. There's a lot of different names in there, a lot of DeFi names coming through on mortgages, and we talked about that on one of the videos that we did today that'll be released on the weekend for crypto. But I mean, Rocket is a big one. Apparently, like if they come out in their order book or their clients have risen and they're quite huge, then I do think that obviously there's going to be an opportunity for Rocket to blow through here. So this is a setting up again. Like you're not going to get any hate from me, because if you go long on Rocket now, your bottom is pretty protected again, like 1650. As long as we don't get a horrible print tomorrow, which I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the mortgage space should be strong. Housing is super strong as well. So let's just write down SoFi, for a possible move, and then Rocket for a possible move. This is coiling up. We like that into earnings. So, I mean, here goes Rocket. It's not a heavy position for me, as we did get out. I talked about when it was going crazy here with Meme Central. Why did we like it? Because we were defending this 20, so we just happened to be long, and it was just worked out great for us there. So that was Rocket, very heavily shorted. I don't believe the shorts are in there anymore, but $18 I think is a good one for Rocket, and I think we could definitely see 19 tomorrow. So I like Rocket and I like SoFi.
Apparently still 12% according to FinViz. I mean, I don't know, like I said,
That's fine.
these are all
12 is
estimate. Like 12 is a solid number, right? That's what I was getting
I can
at
check
there.
trade ID.
And when you talk about housing, if there's one thing everyone that's saying transitory inflation, that inflation's been slowing down, rent numbers haven't come out yet, and those are expected to be on a bounce. Those are supposed to spike because there is a housing shortage in the U.S. So there you go. And look, there's 4 minutes to go here, so I'm now out of INO. It doesn't go to that 950. We don't get the retracement all the way to VWAP, but sometimes it's one level and it's one level only, and you just patiently wait for it. And that's what we got here in INO. I still have Bumble. That's about 70, 80 cents in the money. I'm trying to hold that one. I'm getting close to the close at least. And one more for you here, because I don't know if we talked about it, AMC. I'm only going to mention it because it's actually up 5% today. And this look. At some point, I want to say, this is going to get you a test of one of these highs if it actually manages to hold this 30 for some time. And it's not to say that I'm against the ape gang or whatnot, but if you look at this double top at 40, if this does a break at like 38 tomorrow, it goes nuts tomorrow and does a break at 38, you'll probably see me shorting the 40 level on AMC. This is day one of trying to catch, well, I should say almost day two, because it did make a bottom here, trying to make a run. It probably will take a couple of days to get to that 40 level, but that's going to stand out like a sore thumb to me if AMC gets there.
I'm just reloading my charts here. So NEO, we did get that out, and now we're pretty light on it. We talked about why we liked that play on NIO. So, oh no, yeah, it's not going to load anything for me for the daily or for the minute chart. But we're right back up to 42.38 right now. We've cashed out a little bit on this trade, so we'll watch it. I'm going to have to try to open up one more chart again because it's useless to show you my executions if I can't get a chart on for you. But I'm long at, here we go. But I'm long at 42.07. You've seen that. And again, oh, that's good. Let's not. Oh, I was gonna say let's not call up the candles. That looked pretty good. Long. Now we're rolling with this last piece here. So some nice outs for NEO. It doesn't look like it wants to do anything with only 3 minutes to go. So let's just put an offer and get out of this one, and then we'll be flat for the day. Very, very successful day today, guys. Fisker wound up being a loser, and so did Clover. Other than that, there's absolutely no other losers here for me today. Fisker and Clover, and that's it. Man, Palantir, we talked about a big win there. You're welcome for Open. That was a big one for us. Micron, the trade of the day, obviously a huge winner for us. Well, again, I can't do these charts if they're not going to load for us. Big winner there on the short for Micron. Fisker, IPL, everything going well for us. Open. So, and then now starting off or ending the day with a NEO win rate here. So again, guys, thank you so much. It's going to be another big day. So make sure you join us tomorrow at 8:30 when we talk about all these earnings, and we'll have the plays up for you on our watch list.
100%. And with only 2 minutes to go, I should probably say I really missed up. I just showed you the chart of INO where I was shorting one level. I'm like, Neil just said one level and one level only. Well, one level and didn't get it the second time or the third time on Upstart. Same top as the morning, so could have done the same thing in INO, or an Upstart that I did in INO. The difference, this actually rolled completely over, so that's a big missed opportunity in Upstart. This has been on watch for a couple of days now, and it's going to stay on watch because the moves have been absolutely tremendous. You're able to get some really big movement on Upstart since they reported, and I think that the trend is going to continue, and I'll play it in either direction. I almost don't care. As a day trader, you have to be open to that kind of an idea. You can have a bias on a stock, but you can't only want to go one way in general. Just favor the setups that work for you, and then if they're there, you hit them and then quit them when you can. Only 1 minute to go. We have earnings after market. The market is up. We didn't need the green today. Let's talk about that ES at least a little bit. Whoops. The NASDAQ 215, but the ES breaking out potentially. I mean, it's a slow grind to the upside, but that's clearly trying to make a sustained breakout here on the ES. I know Arun talked about that a little bit. So with 1 minute to go, I want to remind everybody, come right back. Oh, don't go anywhere, I should say, because you're going right over to the trade of the day. It is Micron. Actually not a stock that we day trade very often, so a good one to throw in there because you want to try new things, of course. And then we're back in the morning. And memes and movers has been a hot fire. We sit here and actually watch Trader Pratt and Miss V, and it's a heck of a lot of fun to do. So if you're not tuning into that, then you know what? I'm scolding you right now. If you're not tuning into that, then you're doing it wrong. Seriously. Watch Trader Pratt and Miss V. It's a lot of fun, guys. With only 20 seconds to go, where you guys have to do the countdown, or Luke's going to have to do the countdown because my key isn't working. Got the floss shirt. We got Miss V on the bell. Let's drop it. 10 seconds till the close.
Yeah, only 10 seconds now. Ms. V's going to ring that bell. And again, guys, thank you for the support and thank you for all the love. And look at PaySafe up 5%. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, Ms. V. And there she goes. So kicking it old school right now. Ms. V, thank you so much for that. And we'll see where we go now with the markets and PaySafe up that 5%. Brendan, let's review.
More positivity, guys, right across the board. Once again, let's have a look at where things ended off. So more record highs. You get a record. You get a record. The NASDAQ, almost. We're almost, guys, back to record highs. But it's a slow grind, as we were saying. Yeah, the Dow just snuck in there, 0.01%. To the upside. We won't talk about anything else.
All right. I mean, yeah, we like those crypto spots there. Neil always wants to say something about Brazil. I didn't see what it was. What was it?
I'm looking at it right now. Brazil down 1%.
Oh, there it is. It's over there.
Not good, man.
As I said,
It's not good.
Probably
more
oil.
records.
Oil down 0.5% right now, so that would make sense as well for that. So,
Yeah.
you know, obviously a big resource base, kind of like us here in Canada. So, we didn't do what day. I was like, what? We didn't do what day it was, but that's on the morning show. What am I even thinking about? We do have the trade of the day coming up. It was a good one. Thank you to Ms. V for ringing the bell, and thank you again, guys, for all the support that you continue to have. I'm glad that we have an update for these charts. Hopefully, that'll fix that tomorrow. A little frustrating. I see PaySafe up 5% today, so that's a good one. Last bought some shares at that at 10.05, looking at 11. So a good one today. Brendan, how did you trade today? I didn't even. You had some good ones in the morning. I think anything in the afternoon.
I mean, volume kind of dried up, went away very quickly. So yeah, you had to take what was there early, I feel.
Yeah, thank God it's earnings season, right? I mean, other than that, I think that you always got to watch out for some earning names. So again, guys, thank you to Lucas, who basically did do the whole show by himself there. So Rob will have to pass him his paycheck for today. So I think that's how it works.
Lucas needs an extra arm
there,
I think.
but. Yeah, who knows? So for all of us here at Trader TV Live, for Rob, for Lucas, for Valeria, for Brendan, for Neil, I'm Sean.
Bradley.
For Brad, there he is. He's there. He's in the building right there. How's that bruised banana there, buddy? There he is. Okay, thank you, Brad.
It was
I don't know if you can hear us or what, but that was a nice little peace sign. It was good though. Hey, stay healthy. Eat those bananas for sure. Thank you so much. No pineapples, just bananas for us here on Trader TV Live. But stay tuned for the trade of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow. See ya.
See you guys.